Hello and welcome, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. I'm real excited to be here with you today. We got a real special event. This is the HoloWave Game Night number two. This is towards the end of the HoloWave, so this is kind of closing everything out, and I'm real excited to see what everyone does. I am Tassel, the community manager here at My Neighbor Alice. Hope you guys can all hear me, guys and gals. And today I am sharing the stage with Agustin, our marketing lead. Thanks for joining me.
Hello everyone. Thanks, Stats, for having me. Really excited for this game night number two and the last one for the Holowave and the Alice Adventure airdrop. So pretty sure that's gonna be really special.
Yeah, me too. I'm real excited. I guess before we get kick off the event and start on that, I should go over some basics. This one is this HoloWave Game Night 2 is very much similar to the last one we ran on Friday. We'll be giving out 2,500 Alice to the top 50 positions on the leaderboard. That will be kind of so the obviously the top places will earn more, and then it'll descend in the amount of Alice you get as you go down on the ranking all the way down to 50. Um, I should go over some of the basics like how to connect to the website. I'm not going to go into too much detail because most of the people here are pretty well versed in how to play, but there are some new people always that show up. So I want to go ahead and share my screen like always and kind of show people how to connect. So just for a moment, I will put this over the screen so everyone can see it. So if you go to myneighboralice.com/rewards, it will pull up this the where you can connect in, where you can sign in, and scroll down. What you want to do is click on sign in, and then sign in through your preferred method, whether that is your email, your socials, your crypto wallet like MetaMask, whichever you prefer. And then when you sign in, you'll notice that in the bottom right corner here, you'll have an account that's associated with it. That means that you've done it correctly. Then you want to scroll up to or go to the top right of the page and click on play. And then you want to click on play in the center again. Just a note for everyone who's joining for the first time. If you click on play, please let the browser completely load, because if you click on any of the tabs on the side, it'll start the process over and you might have to sign in again. So just if it's your first time, let it completely load and create your character. And that's basically it in terms of connecting to our website. And this is an important step because obviously that's how you connect to the leaderboard and complete these tasks. Alrighty. Alrighty, so we have another player-made course. This one is just fantastic, so I'm real excited to share it with you guys. It's another one where you will have fishing and singing. There will be a fishing location that I will share with you guys. I'll actually take you right to it, so everyone will get that one done pretty easily. And then the singing, that's all on you guys. You got to find the plants along the on the courses. So I will go ahead and get us in the game. Let me share my screen so we can see how many people. I see a bunch of people in game right now. So let me go ahead and do that.
It's the last one, so it's gonna be huge.
Yes, definitely. Maybe while I'm doing this, you can maybe go over just a little bit about marketing lead, what that is as a position.
Of course, well, the marketing lead is it's kind of crazy because it's a lot of behind of the scenes, sometimes
Yeah.
people just think that it's just promotion, but I think like for as a marketing team, normally I'm always like connecting the team, shaping the tone of the game outside the game, and making sure that every announcement fits the world of the game, fits the world of Lumelunda.
Yeah.
uh, Most of my work happens before anything goes public. So we basically, me as a marketing lead and as a marketing, like the department is like the glue that keeps the story, the timing, and all the branding and identity aligned. So yeah, that's basically my role and what do I do every day on the game and outside.
Excellent. Well, thanks for sharing that. Yeah, and it's interesting too because I mean I look at it obviously and there's so much that happens behind the scenes where that has to be aligned, and everyone making sure that everything kind of gels and that it's all makes sense. And yeah, I just there's so many people. That's why I think it's so great to have like you, Attila, and different people from the team on, because they really get a better idea of what goes on behind the scenes, and all the people that make all of this this beautiful world of possibility.
Man, it's crazy because right now on the marketing team there's a lot of people, and all of them are like so talented, doing always beautiful stuff for the announcement, for the partnerships, for everything. And it's amazing because the game looks beautiful, so the comms and all the announcement and all the advertising should be the same, and we are really
Yeah.
happy. And yeah,
Just wanted to quickly point out we got a bunch of people in here. So great to see you guys. Thank you. Let me actually tap for 1 second. But yes, it is awesome seeing just everyone. I just wanted to make sure I could see some of the comments in here. Good morning, everyone. I can see the comments. Thank you guys for joining us. This is the best part of my job, man. Getting to see everyone here enjoying the game that I enjoy so much as well.
have you ever do like a round to say everyone, each of them like hi? There's a lot of comments. Impossible, man.
I know, right? Yeah, there's so many different. It's really cool, kind of seeing everyone like kind of pop up and join. Look, Ruffles give me flowers.
Nice.
Well, thank you. But yes, so I'm not going to wait too long. I know you guys are why you guys are here. You're here for the meat and potatoes. You guys want to get some of that, get your cut of that 2,500 Alice, and to get to hang out and really just enjoy some of the amazing work that's been created. So I will go ahead and do the post in just a minute. I want to give everyone just a couple more minutes to actually join the game, though, because I know some people during these events, there's going to be a lot of people. I want to make sure everyone has time to load in. So just a couple more minutes here. Look at we got this one, it's Persona 1 here. It's really cool. I love the just the colors that fade in and out.
That Persona, that Prismatic collection is beautiful, and also the one that you have from Final Boss 2, I love them. I think that the partnerships that we've been doing lately are amazing. Every equipable, every placeable, it's beautiful. And now that I see it, everyone playing is so crazy. It's beautiful to see so many colors on the archipelago and the town hall. It's
Right?
amazing.
You see
Look
here,
at the
you
one
got
from
bugs
Fox. Look
too.
at the one from Fox. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Artificial.
crazy, man. I love it.
Hey, Mudo, how's it going? Alrighty. Well, one more minute. I'll give one more minute to let everyone to join in. Oops. Hi, Golnaz. Thanks for joining us. And by the way, I just wanted to say, from us, we really do appreciate you guys showing up. I know that these events don't always work out for everyone's timing, and we understand that you take time out of your schedule to come on these. We did extend the wave just by a couple hours to compensate for this game night, to make sure that everyone who was still working on their tasks doesn't get messed up because of this time slot. So it basically just puts it on the main wave on hold just for a short period of time. So anyway, just thanks so much for joining. All right, well, that's enough of me talking about this for now. I think it's time that we give the actual locations. So I will do it on Discord at the same time so that everyone has kind of an idea for all the different peoples from every different location. There we go. Let's see here. All right, so I'm going to say it out loud, and then I'm going to put it on just everywhere at the same time. So we are meeting at the following location. The plot is 305-12954. That is 305-12954. I'm also posting that in Discord right now, and I'll also put it in the chat. Make sure everyone can see it from all the different locations. And then, of course, I'll put it in game chat so people can join, do it this way as well.
305129554.
Here we go. And I will share the location. There we go. So if you guys are, if you want to, you can always just hit enter and then click on that that link on there, and it'll take you right there. And travel. So everyone, like I said, I will be taking you to the location that you guys need to be. So this usually takes a minute to let everyone zone in. There are 3 different singing tasks and 1 fishing task. I will actually be leading you, the tassel, the one in the final Bosu, the all black costume. I'll be leading you to the actual fishing location. So that's a freebie. Everyone, all they need to do is follow me. I've seen that everyone's still loading in here, but I want to make sure I give everyone adequate time to load in. And then once I notice that, I'll go ahead and start. Here we go. We've got a bunch of people all here loading in. Oh, I love seeing it. This is my favorite part.
Yeah.
Just look at them all. You can't even read the names. They're just so clustered in here.
Man, it's a lot of players. I love it.
Alrighty. So the plot is actually right next to this one. So I wanted to make sure that we all started off on the same footing. I can see that we're all here. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the blockade and take you to the location. And good luck. There's 3 separate ones. So let's do it. Follow me.
Go, 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 go.
It started, by the way, guys. So this is it. This is the fishing location right here. So you guys can fish right here at this location. See me jumping up and down right here, right in front of the location? If you're running too far away, you want to make sure that you're over here with the group of people. Some of you are fishing off of the location. You need to come over here to where I am. The location that you're fishing at is 305-1279. 305-12790, right here.
People is already fishing, but not on the location, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure they fish here. So I'll put this location in. This one is Rula's, by the way. So this is the location. Fish on this plot right here, the one I just shared the location to. And then go inside of the maze and start trying to find plants and stuff. Good luck, guys. Here, I'll zoom out. This one is a player-made course, so I had to start it on a different plot in order to get everyone collected in the same spot. I do apologize for everyone getting kind of scattered out there, but this is the only way that it could be done. So let me go ahead and zoom out so everyone can see what's going on. I'll go into camera mode. That way we can see. Check this out. Look at this design.
Man, that's crazy. Like,
Isn't this wild?
the mazes being built on this game those are like 3 plots, right? On one?
This is 3 separate plots. That's right. Only the middle plot is the location you can fish at. So if you couldn't claim it, that means you were on the wrong plot and you need to come to this middle section. That's why I said to follow me at the beginning.
Wow, man.
But yeah, you see how it's this blimp and it's broken up into 3 separate plots. There are plants on all of these different locations, all over, hidden all over. So yeah, good luck.
What, like in building this maze task, what do you think will have been the most challenging part to design or to pull off of these specific maze?
This one would have been really difficult. The pattern, I think, would have been really hard to do because you can see that there's a lot of curved edges, and I think they were only able to get it. Rula was only able to do this so well because it was 3 plots, to be honest, because you got these nice curved edges, which would have been really hard. We do have the new landscaping feature, which makes the walls so much easier to do now. It's definitely a huge quality of life improvement, but this still would have taken weeks to pull off, to get everything joined up and matching, to make sure that it flows from one. You see how it kind of weaves back and forth between the plot? That's not easy to do, you know. You like I remember when I tried this out for the first time, I got so lost just trying to figure out what to do. And as you can see, that there are literally people in every single section of it, which is
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah. It's crazy because we didn't like in the past we didn't have like these multi-plot courses, and now we have like a lot of
Yeah,
multi-plot courses. So, how do you feel this affects positive or negative, like the experience for players compared to the other ones, to the single plot courses?
I think it gives them a lot more flexibility. I think it's just opens up like the variety of what can be done. If you
Hmm.
look at these, like you could a single plot is actually really large. I think it's
It
10,000
is.
squares,
Yeah.
10,000 tiles total. But but when when you have 30,000 tiles to work with, you can just do so much. You can expand it, and they even used a really good like use of the negative space. You can tell that they've used a lot of the of the area,
Yeah.
but they've used the water to kind of illustrate like it's floating in the sky.
Yeah.
And like I'm just always in awe of just the creativity that people come up with. Like who thinks of making a blimp in the water? I mean,
Man,
people,
that's great. That's crazy. That's one of the like coolest thing that I've seen on the game, from all the years that I've been working here. It looks like the player interested have been like shifting. They have gotten way more like intentional. They started to play as a curiosity, and then they are like more committed to the game. They are not just logging in; they are building, they're farming, they're flexing their lands. The engagement just like look deeper, not just like louder. So it's beautiful. Like the
and I see
difference.
that and
If
I
I
see that
compare,
from my perspective too. To be honest, I see it all the time. Like you can tell because you before when you're kind of getting your footing and everyone you're still building. It's iterative, right? You start off kind of small and then you keep building, and what I'm seeing is just people logging on for much longer periods of time and people trading, and I mean, and people like kind of like role playing too. I see people getting on there and doing rap battles, and like there's just like there's so many different ways to express yourself in this game, and making a blimp out of landscaping and water, that just happens to be one of them.
it's beautiful because it's their world and they can do whatever they want on it. I think Lumalunda is it's a beautiful free space. So
And that's
uh,
like the fact, right? I mean, that they keep shaping it too. Every comment, all the comments that you guys, I take every single one of those comments and run that by the team. And nothing gets passed by us. We, like, and not all of them, of course, will make it in. I mean, that has to still, be vetted and everything like that. But I mean, sometimes, we'll take a portion of a suggestion, or it'll get slotted in for a later time frame, or, there's just the game is continually evolving, and it's evolving to what the players want.
yep.
Sometimes, players want a more cozy experience. We take that into consideration and try to make sure that, that we can give that. Or some people want to do more parkour. Well, we have to, cater to that audience too.
You are the perfect example, Taz, because I remember when you weren't with us and you were like, I would love to have like a trampoline to be jumping in different spaces. And all of a sudden it was like, okay, there's this guy, Tassel, that has this beautiful idea. And now we have a Tassel trampoline inside the game. So yeah, I think that is a really important point. At the end, the game is community driven. So everything that the community is always sharing, the neighbors, as we call them, share, we hear them, and we try to do whatever they want to make them happy. M&A is co-authored by players, so it's beautiful when you see people asking and giving some comments and saying stuff and making the game better. At the end, they are doing the game better. So yeah,
100%. And also, what you just said, you kind of, as a good example, like, of kind of meeting it halfway. So I remember when you guys, when we put in well, I mean, I was part of the team when we did the Tassels trampoline, but I remember that, I think it was Mudo actually that found the glitch with the barrels.
with the
And
barrel, yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
barrels, and I thought to myself, I was like, wow, this is such an interesting, like it's a glitch, but it could be used to such good effect. Like you're so many different things. And then I built this elaborate, kind of parkour course where, you're trying to jump through like Tazel's barrel race. And then I realized that if you change the actual direction of the barrel, instead of taking you all the way to the top, it would take you all the way to the bottom. And so I'd have barrels that were actually flipped around. So that now instead of just having these elevators, I had traps as well. And
Exactly.
people
Negative
and
jumps.
negative jump, yeah. And it's like that, and that's before the trampoline was actually in the game, right? So, and you guys kind of, or we kind of went and we ran with that ball, right? Like maybe that wasn't something they didn't want to add elevators, but the trampoline is such a great like midway of that. So that, and that
Hmm.
happens a lot. Like we'll find an idea and we'll be like, well, maybe we can't go all the way, but we can accommodate 60% of that idea to give to players, and that's still a win in my opinion.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I think for me, at least, one of the coolest things about M&A is what we have like 5 minutes talking about it. At least the community driven stuff. At the end, every neighbor, you, and everyone that is playing right now, it's building the whole identity of the game. I was reading the other day some stuff, and I read a phrase, something, and I read a phrase in a book, and it felt so M&A related. It was something like the community is riding the Lord with their shovels, and now with the landscaping tool, it makes like a lot of sense.
Yeah,
So it's
that does make a lot of sense too. Yeah, with their shovels, with their axes, and with
exactly.
every new feature that gets implemented or changed because I mean there was comments about how we need a search function in the marketplace.
Hmm.
So the devs started working on it until they could until that could be implemented. And in blockchain, everything's so much more complicated than in Web two. Everything has a harder learning curve, and it's very
Yeah.
pioneering the technology. So I think it's I don't know, I'm always kind of in awe with the team and just how much work they put in. So
Okay. As a player, don't think about as you as the community manager, but as a player, what you
sure.
would love to have like right now. If you were like playing and participating on the game night, what element you would love to have like inside right now
like
for
a
you?
like a like a, like a feature, you mean, like something I'd like to have inside?
Like a feature, yeah, could be also played like an active placeable, like the trampoline. I don't know.
Let me think. That's a hard one. I put a comment actually for the very first time in the ideas and suggestions for it's been months, obviously, because I'm usually taking people's comments and suggestions. And what I'd really like to see is reflections of items. So we just had this new like a remodeled Sakura tree, and I
Okay.
really love the new one. But they're kind of an odd shape. I think they're 3 tiles by 2 tiles. So when you flip them around, they're not symmetric.
Okay.
So like they work fine, but if you want to have it to where they're perfectly symmetric, you can't just flip it around. You would actually need a reflection of it. So
Okay.
that's something I would really love to see, some kind of feature where, yeah, I don't know how hard that would be to implement and all of that, but that would be something I'd really love to see because for me, for some reason, when I'm creating a design, I want it to be symmetric. It
Okay.
really bothers me if it's not symmetric.
Of course, of course.
So
But I mean, like to be able to mirror the object.
exactly.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like if I could, like if they had like a toggle box where I could say I want the mirror image of this, exactly, of this item. Maybe only
Okay.
on the and maybe only on the asymmetric items. The ones that are kind
Yeah,
of,
yeah,
yeah.
of course.
Because I mean, if you look at here, for instance, like this tree here, it doesn't matter which way you turn it, it looks the same way because that's how it's designed.
Of course.
But if you take, some other items, I don't know if there's any placed out here, just an example. Um, well, certain
Yeah, but
items you just,
yeah, yeah. I got the idea. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So like, what exactly excites you most about like my neighbor Alice branding direction? I know that that's something that you since you kind of are the identity, behind the scenes and stuff. I'm just curious if you got anything to say about that.
like the direction of M&A, like it's taking right now. You mean?
Yeah,
Um, Honestly, I think that the direction that we're taking is ownership, identity. The idea that the world players are shaping today becomes of a canon of tomorrow. It's we need to give it some times for the OGs and the new players to build this. Um, and every second that the players are doing stuff, they are owning it. Because I feel that M&A is shifting from just a game to a place. And you mentioned it, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes ago, that is role playing for a lot of players. I think it's becoming not just like a game, but yeah, like a place, like a cozy, chaotic, owned by the community. And I think that's the direction where M&A is going. It's basically ownership,
and I
identity to
think
be. Yeah, go, yeah, go.
no, no, I was just gonna say, and I completely agree with that. I mean, and you think about the identity, and it's changed so many times. It's evolved, with every with every comment somebody makes, or with every good idea, or with with every trampoline like item. There's always these things. Like I saw some comments there where they're like, and I love getting feedback. Whether even like critical feedback sometimes, because that's needed. We need to know, which areas can work, can that we need to work on, and which ones that we can, better ourselves. And sometimes we'll, run with that and really take that into account. And other times it's because there's already a plan in place, to kind
Yeah,
of how we want to develop. And like, not everyone likes mazes, and that's okay. You don't have to come to these, the maze events and stuff. This isn't your cup of tea. You can always take part in the other ones. Some people really like parkour, and some people hate jumping. Some people just want to hang out, and we're evolving with that as well. These aren't the only kind of game nights we're having. We keep developing behind the scenes too, but these are the game nights that we have right now, and this is part of our identity, and it'll continue to evolve.
exactly. It's like it's always a work in progress, and to keep like the community happy. Yeah, I think at the end, um, that's it.
So
It's. I was just thinking because yeah, that what you mentioned. Maybe there's a lot of people that doesn't like this kind of a game night, but the good thing is that we are always creating new stuff, and it's not always mazes and jumping because we have also Alice and Chill where you can go just to hear someone, you can just chill in the game, you can also enjoy the partnerships, that like this collaboration that we've been doing with Final Boss or Persona, Fox or Pudgy. It only
yeah,
takes one thing that you love to go inside the game and to feel represented. So I think it's good.
and I'm kind of lucky in the way that I'm varied in my what I like. I really enjoy the farming aspect, but I also love the challenge of jumping against other people, and I love them. I mean, I was some of the first to create mazes on the from the landscaping, and not the first. There were definitely people before me that were introduced, but um, I always thought, oh, this landscaping, this is such a good way to express yourself. Like, not everyone enjoys it, and the camera's been
Of course.
improved, so it doesn't feel quite so claustrophobic. And that's they keep making improvements on that.
Mm.
This textures here, there was no like sand textures. So this adds a lot of variety, having like sand walls and
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and that's and you can do so much with it too, right? Like this the if you look at like the blimp from kind of a far away perspective, I'm not sure what it's called, the bottom section, but like the coach maybe, or where people would be in, it's made out of the dirt section, whereas the blimp itself is made out of the sand, the majority of it, but
Yeah.
like the fin or the back of it's made out of stone, to kind of illustrate each different thing. This wasn't even possible one release ago, so this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
just constantly new ways to express yourself.
And it's that every time that we release like a new patch, we are like implementing a lot of new stuff, a lot of maybe they look like small stuff, but every small detail and everything that we are putting in every patch is changing the game in every way. So yeah, it's
I feel like
amazing.
I feel like that's kind of the way it is though, and small changes kind of equal up to a big change eventually. You start off and you have an idea, and then you need to prove whether or not it works, and and
Yeah.
what we find out, it works based on what player feedback. They say, hey, we need this, and we are like, sometimes it's like, why didn't we do that? We should totally
Yeah.
do that. That's something we can do. And then other times it's like, well, that one's a little bit more complicated. We might have to sit on that one for a little while until then we have the ability to implement, if at all.
Yeah. Actually, the
So
game night is something that is quite new. Also, like we passed from doing zero game nights to doing a lot of game nights. Like you are now an expert on M&A game nights, and actually, I wanted to ask you because across both game nights, but also like from the past, what elements do you feel players respond the most?
from the game nights themselves,
Yeah.
I think that what players really enjoy about what they respond to is the ability to kind of create, having the freedom to create what they want.
Mm.
So, like we were just like kind of building on the last conversation, of being able to express yourself. I think that they are that when we're adding tons of new items in the game all the time, and some of them the are very cheap in Bjorn, and they add a lot of like flexibility. We just added in some of these new like light walls for the for that were just absolutely beautiful, and you can express yourself, so many things you can express with that. So I think continually adding new items to the game where people can use them is really helpful. Obviously, new people respond really well to new features, being able to like the textures, and there's a bunch
Mm.
planned for landscaping, and so much that I wish I could talk about that is just on the horizon. But of course, uh, it's better as to come out when it's time. But I just I think that each feature and every iteration, every quality of life improvement that we make, every time that we fix something, even that the players don't even maybe they don't even realize, there's
Yeah.
like collisions on things, so that they walk up against something and they actually don't walk through it, or jumping off of things, making sure it's more precise. I think that the tighter the game gets and the more options that we offer, that's what people really respond to, and
Nice.
and giving people the actual suggestions. That's why we open the ideas and suggestions. Uh, I think that I've seen several times people to respond in the general channel and say, "Hey, that was my suggestion and it made it in the game. I feel so loved right now." That's a really
Of
good
course.
feeling too.
Just imagine, like I'm like a hardcore player of different games, and just imagine seeing one of my ideas on X game, whatever game that I love to play. It will be so much fun, and I will love it. I will feel so proud of me. So yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what you mean.
And
Um,
that's how it was for me too when I saw the tassels trampoline. I couldn't even. It was such a heartfelt moment for me. Completely had no idea it was in there, and then just all of a sudden it was an item. Um, and obviously I've been here from beginning, so like I've seen every iteration and played it when. I mean, I remember when before this game, I actually bought a land. Well, I did a lottery for a land, and I lost. I didn't
oh,
actually get it. I was bummed, and I was like, no, I love the vision. I was like, even on the off chance, I was like, this is, and the off chance that this, it comes to fruition because it was so early on. I was like, I want
yeah.
to be part of this, so I need to have a land just in place. And then they did the alpha stages of the game where I think the very first thing that you could do was fish. I think that was the very first
Mm.
task. And if
Yeah.
you did the fishing, you got the Bjorn hat, which I still have today.
Nice.
And yeah, no, it's just I think that that's where I feel the most
Of
passionate about.
course. So, Das, you've been playing Minor Rallies since Alpha Season 1.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, I remember
Uh,
before there was actually when there was no game to play yet. I don't know. I think there might have been a pre-alpha. I'm not sure. I don't, but I was in the earliest ones that I could possibly join. I
okay, okay,
I remember
okay.
thinking to myself of the fish. I'm like, what is this? I could not find it anywhere.
It's
You know.
it's completely different because I remember when I started here that we were launching Alpha Season Alpha Season 2, if I'm not mistaken. And just the Alpha Season 2 was completely different from Alpha Season 1. Now, if you compare Alpha Season 1 to the game that is right now, it's like it's another thing. It's
You-
crazy. It's crazy to see like the product evolving and it looks so beautiful.
Oh, I think that's one of the things that My Neighbor Alice just completely knocks out of the park. I mean, this is an absolutely beautiful game. Like, there's just so many really like cool. I mean, this is a creation that somebody made.
Look at that, man. Come
I
on.
mean, look at that. It's just absolutely wild. You know what I mean? This is a lot of time and effort. This is somebody that came in and decided that they wanted to to build something. This is identity. This is what we're talking about. And um, I think that that's another thing is that every iteration has been really transformative. Like
Yeah.
Alpha Season One was kind of proof of concept, you know, the fishing kind of how it looked, and then the next one they added a bunch of features, you know, or a few features, I should say, and then as it
Mm.
finally moved into the beta seasons, and that was like night and day different. There's so many different things that were added, and it takes a lot of time to create this, you know. So I've always been excited to see each time how the next iteration looks, and I'm
Mm.
really excited to see the next iteration that comes out and see how people react. So yeah, no, I'm yeah, that's my opinion.
I know that you're excited. We cannot say anything, but I know that you're excited for everything that's coming. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure 2026 is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be full of beautiful stuff and full of new stuff.
beautiful
So
stuff,
yeah,
new stuff, new features,
I'm really
definitely.
excited. I'm really excited to see what everything that's coming. And to be
What
part
about
of
from
it.
what about from a marketing perspective? Are you excited for all the all the communications that have to go out?
Well, I'm excited. Of course, I like the part of the announcement and the campaign. I think that the tricky part, but it's something that we already know how to do it on the marketing side, is
Hmm,
to keep the to keep the tone. It's always the tone. We can do stuff on X, we can do stuff on Instagram, we can do stuff on Discord, we can do live stuff like we did on Cannes when we were presenting
yeah,
the season. But the most important part for me is always keeping the tone. The neighbors know, all our players know, and they want honesty. They want a bit of an edge. They want this neighborly vibe. And if the message that we prepare doesn't mind like the medium, but if the message that we prepare doesn't feel like it belongs to the Lumelunda, that is a tricky part. But I think that we are doing it good. I think that all the marketing team has a really like clear idea how Lumelunda looks, how Lumelunda sounds. But yeah, we're gonna be like really hectic with all the communications next year and all the campaigns. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited. I think 2026. If 2025 was an amazing year for the game, I think 2026 is going to be better.
agreed.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, yeah, I completely agree. And the communications that go out, those are also, a great way to. I always see new people joining, from those too, because it's a very much like a word of mouth as well. People come on here and like I remember when I play and I had my first couple plots, and my wife would be, looking in from, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm just playing this game." She's like, "Oh, it's interesting." And then time went by, and then I remember when they came out with the shaded headlands, and it was purple. She's like, "Oh, that is so pretty." I'm like, "I know, isn't it?" She was like, I think I'm ready to play now. I want to get in there. And it's funny how something like that, just looking from afar, kind of, and
Of course, man. If the game is always showing with you that it's about self expression, and you see your husband like playing in a plot that maybe it doesn't connect with you, it makes sense that all of a sudden, now that we have a new island, a new region, and it connects directly with you only with the visual part, it makes sense that okay, now I want to try this game. It's quite logic. So it's
exactly,
amazing.
and it happens like in a kind of slowly. There, each person kind of has, like I said, is something different that they're interested in.
Mm.
And for my wife, she was interested in, she loved the aesthetic and the building, because she plays a lot of Animal Crossing and games like Harvest Moon and other games that are kind of like very kind of in the same vein, like the same kind of like vision in a way, obviously separate but similar. And
Nice.
the building aspect of it, like it's like, oh, okay, that looks interesting on the, and then she's like, oh, but I can build there on that purple area, like, and I remember at one point she was like, oh, I didn't realize that if you owned a plot next to each other that you can have like seamlessly make two, like a gigantic plot. And I was like, yeah. I was like, it's like every time someone educates themselves in these new,
Of course.
yeah, so it's just a really cool thing. I just wanted to say to you guys again, thank you guys so much for joining. We're wrapping up the stream in a few minutes here, but I definitely have had an absolute amazing time with you guys. And like I said before, this is the end of the Hollow Wave. We will be leaving up the tasks for another about hour and 20 minutes. And at which point we will be putting back the main Hollow Wave, and you can start your tasks like where basically where you left off. So if you're still got a few that you're so a couple things in your resource collectors, or whatever you were doing, you still got a couple more hours. I didn't want that to cut into it, so I'm really happy to do that. Um,
Keep keep the Hollow Wave strong, but keep coming to the archipelago because the end of the airdrop, it doesn't mean that it's the end of the game. We're gonna have a lot of new stuff, a lot of stuff happening. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Keep coming to
yeah,
Luma Luma.
I guess as a little closing comment for me before I hand it off to you for a sec, I would say that these airdrops that we do, and not just to give away the prizes and stuff like that. Of course, we love doing that and letting people enjoy the game and compete and earning some prizes on the leaderboard, because it's always fun for the competition. But it
Yeah,
also gives us plenty of time to work on these features, to implement these suggestions, to open up the world and to change it based on the feedback that you guys give us. So yeah, it's a very much a purposeful way that we do this. So and we couldn't do it without you guys. So thanks so much for joining us. Anything you want to
agree.
say before we close out the stream?
No, just thank you for having me, Taz. It's always fun to have a chat with you, and it's beautiful to see the game and to see so many players having fun. Just like I said, keep coming. We promise you, there's a lot of new stuff coming, a lot of beautiful stuff. So yeah, that's it on my side. Thank you again, and thank you everyone for joining the stream and the game night too.
Yeah, thank you so much. I will be posting the leaderboard results from this game night within the next couple of days. Thank you guys so much for joining us and for going through the Hollow Wave. It's been an absolute amazing time. And just like Augustine said, that's just because it's the end of this wave doesn't mean the end. We got some amazing stuff coming up that I will be sharing with you guys very soon. So that's it
Yes.
for me. And thanks for joining. Bye.
Bye bye.